My name is Fraser and I'm from the Triple Tap Tech Gaming Club. Today we're going to talk to Alastair about accessible gaming and the different services that you can access to do that.
Q Talks with Liz Bailey. Our access to audio programmes are sponsored by Impact funding partners, the RS McDonald Charitable Trust and the Suter Charitable Trust. To find out more about how to access our services, visit CueAndReview.com or email aaatl@CueAndReview.com. This programme was produced and presented by our Access to Audio Ambassador team leader, Liz Bailey, and edited by our Recruitment Training Officer, Alastair McPhee. Welcome to another edition of Q Talks with myself, Alastair McPhee, standing in for our Access to Audio Ambassador, Liz Bailey. This week, I have the pleasure of being joined in our virtual studio by Fraser Fleming of Triple Tap Tech. Welcome, Fraser. How are you today?
I'm very good, Alastair. What about yourself?
Oh, I must admit, Fraser, I will tell you that I'm full of the joys of spring. Now, I gather, actually, Triple Tap Tech, you're working from home as well at the moment. How's that going for you?
So working from home, it's a completely different experience. So everyone's finding out now than working in the office. So obviously when you're working in the office, that you've got your dedicated space there, you've got time and you've got peace and quiet to do what you want to do.
Exactly.
When you're working from home, what will go wrong all the time. So for instance, I've got two young kids, Zach and Aidan, who's 11 and 7. So I might be sort of doing a conference call, or I might be trying to record one of the Blind Ninja videos. And they'll come in wandering in the background and I have to do the full thing again.
You've recently launched a gaming club. Can you tell me a wee bit more about that?
So for the past sort of 2 years, starting off in Triple Tap with the office, we ran a club called the Accessible Games Club. And that was done the last Saturday of every month. And people could come into the office and play digital equipment, such as PlayStations, Xboxes, and Oculus Quest VR, which was a huge hit, and be able to see how to work them from a visual impaired viewpoint. So by changing certain settings and that on them, we can make the screen more visible, or games that have been specifically designed for people with visual impairment to play. So we started off doing that in the office when people could obviously come in and meet. But unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 situation, when we all went into lockdown, we had to put that in the back burner. So say we're working from home now. So both Graham and myself took a couple of weeks out just to try and figure out how we want to continue taking this forward. And we decided that we'll create the Accessible Games Club on different formats. So that's different pieces of sort of computer equipment. So we started off with just the PlayStation and the Xbox. We created the Triple Tap gaming communities on them that can be found in the community tabs. And with that, we're aiming to build, this is UK-wide, it's just not Scotland-wide. And we're planning to build a UK visual impaired community when it comes to gaming. So that's people that can take part and play games with each other. They can learn how to adapt games to get the most of the visuals out of them, whether that be changing the resolution of the screen, changing the size of, so if you're playing sort of games such as, say, Fortnite, changing the size of the HUD to make the items bigger for you, or even changing the colours of the game to make the colours that stand out more to you can be the prominent colours on it. So there is quite a lot to do, and it's a bit like when the iPads and iPhones first came out. The accessibility features that's built into them are sort of a hidden thing. Nobody knows about them, but they should know about them because they certainly make the games a lot more accessible to play and a lot more enjoyable.
So have you had to do some specific training to find out where the accessibility tools, or is it more a case of you're saying to your partner, you know, I can't deal with the two kids, I've got to study for my gaming club?
Well, I consider a visual impaired gamer, so I consider that part of my profession. So I always make sure I get hours at night time to do my work. So
excellent, I like it. Yeah. But I mean, so you've actually had, I mean, how did you find out about these accessibility tools yourself? How did you find out where they were?
So I'm part of a lot of different groups and that on the internet that deal with different forms of sort of accessibility. So that can be accessibility on digital equipment such as iPads, tablets, smartphones, computers, MacBooks and stuff. So that's what pretty much the bread and butter of Triple Tap Tech. There was a couple of the side groups to that were saying, oh, you can do X, Y, and Z with gaming. So I thought to myself, well, we'll have a look into that. And Graham even came up to us one day and said, Fraser, I fancy taking on the PlayStation. I was like, no, you can't play that, we're blind. But he went, yeah, you can. And I'll have to say, Graham's put me to shame. I've got a wee bit of useful vision in my left eye. Graham's got no useful vision whatsoever. And he's completed one game 3 times, and I'm not even halfway through it yet. So
gaming's actually a really, it's a good way to relieve stress. So have you found that visually impaired people are taking up gaming more because, again, they're isolated in their homes at the moment?
So I think, especially in the circumstances now where there's so much isolation going on, and that's part of the reason why we're pushing quite a lot with this accessible gaming. It's a way that people can escape that isolation and also work through any issues that they're having. So, for instance, I like playing what you call RPG games. So that's role-playing games. So you take on a character and you have to sort of follow him through the game. One of the most popular ones at the moment is called Final Fantasy 15. And that's a huge game. I play that on Steam on the PlayStation. Again, I've got filters and that on that lets me get the most sort of visuals and that out of it that I can get. And I can start down playing that maybe say 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think to myself, I'll play this for half an hour and then I'll get on with some work. I'll publish some stuff on the website or that. Next thing I know, it's 1:45 to midnight. And I've got coffee. So it's a good escapism to get away from to get away from the monotony of sort of every day, because we know that now every day people are kind of stuck in the house doing the same old every day. So having access to gaming's a wee bit of an escapism for it, and it allows you just to put that behind you.
And are the makers of computer games becoming more and more aware that there are visually impaired people wanting to take part in gaming? I saw something the other day about Microsoft is launching a new adaptation to Teams to make it more VI friendly, Microsoft Teams to make it VI friendly, and which is obviously something I use all the time. But are they taking more account of visually impaired people?
Definitely. Sort of nowadays taking a lot of notice when it comes to the visual impaired gaming community. If you go back maybe 5 or 10 years ago, then if you're visual impaired, it was very, very difficult to play computer games. The only way that you could sort of make any accessible adjustments to them was actually through your own TV set. So you could put it onto black and white mode, change the brightness and change the contrast and that on the TV. But that's just what you were limited to. However, lately one of the really big releases that came out is a game called The Last of Us Part 2, and that's on the PlayStation. And that's been designed just for a normal everyday player to play. And it's also got accessibility added onto it. So somebody that's totally blind can have the same experience as somebody that's got full vision playing the game. And that's all done through audio cues that come through the game. So it uses what we call 3D audio. If you use a headset, it supports it. So you can actually hear whereabouts in the room you are that the action is coming from. So if you're getting chased with a zombie on your left-hand side, so if it's come up behind you on your left-hand side, yep, you can hear it coming from that direction. And that's with these ones here. With The Last of Us Part 2, it's also got a fantastic filter that they've added onto it, which is ideal for when I am playing it. And what that does is it changes the screen. So it takes out all the graphics and puts the main focus points of the screen onto different colour for you. So, for instance, if you're walking down the middle of, I think it's Seattle in the game, and it takes out all the sort of skyscrapers that you're walking by, but you can clearly see your character in the middle of the screen displayed orange. And then if there's any points of interest, they'll display yellow. Or if it's any dangers coming up, they'll be displayed in red. So it draws your eyes straight to where it needs to be, which it simplifies the game down a lot. But again, it allows somebody with little or no vision to actually interact with the game in the same sort of playing field. So they're making a big push when it comes towards accessibility.
I mean, obviously for us, I mean, the main change in accessibility over the last sort of 20 years has been the launch of the British Wireless Fund for the Blind app, which is accessible in that most talking newspapers are now taking part in the app. There is the Sonata internet radios, etc. But they're primarily concerned about building radio cassette players and that sort of thing. Do you know, is there a gaming magazine or available in audio? Is there such a thing?
So What I tend to do, I don't think there's audible game magazines and that out there. I tend to get mine through sort of my media feeds such as YouTube or Facebook. But I've not actually tried the British Wireless Blind Fund when it comes to audio games and sort of audio feedback when it comes to gaming. And that might be something that they might wish to look into in the future, as it could have a major impact on people.
I think it's the fact that that the app is so easy for people to use, and the internet radio players are easy for people to use, and the way they're designed as well. It's an ideal situation, but it would be a shame that because I know that there are gaming magazines available in print. But I also am well aware of, like, is it Tweety Pie, etc., who does the videos online, the guy that's a millionaire basically by talking people through games. I believe he lives in Brighton as well. So it'd be a shame that if there was gaming magazines out there, we weren't able to include that. The other thing, though, the obvious thing is that how do people get in touch with you specifically about the gaming club? Is there a specific set of contact details?
Yep, so everyone can get in contact with Triple Tap Tech through our website. It's probably the best option on it there. So that's just www.tripletaptech.org. It doesn't matter if you do it lowercase, uppercase, it'll still come through. I've designed the website myself, so I've hopefully designed it. It should be the first one that appears when you type in Triple Tap Tech on Google. So if it doesn't, send me an email and have a word with Google. We
will do. Fantastic.
But get contact there. On our website, we also have our gaming club section on it there, and that explains how you can sort of interact and take part in the gaming club. So on the formats we've got at the moment, so the PlayStation, the Xbox, the Nintendo Switch, and Steam for PC gaming, you can search for Triple Tap Tech Gaming Club in their community tab, and that will allow you to join in with the gaming community that we've created. If you're interested in finding out information about gaming, with Triple Tap Tech, we use the Blind Ninja 1704 username. That's sort of on the computers and that too, but we also have media outlets with that. So we've got our YouTube and we've got our Twitch streams that you can also join in and follow. So I quite often, if I've got a spare half hour of that in the house, I'll play a game, but I'll put that onto Twitch, which lets other people be able to see how I'm playing the game, and I can sort of have a conversation that way to show how to make the game accessible.
And on Twitch, do you then make a point of saying that you yourself are from Triple Tap Tech and you're visually impaired yourself? So you're kind of encouraging people with a visual impairment to take part.
The reason we've done when we do a sort of accessible game, that we've put it under Blind Ninja 1704. That was the first name that popped into my head. So, but it's again just to distinguish it a wee bit from the normal Triple Tap Tech stuff that we do. But we've got YouTube videos and that you go and check, and I'll take you through the settings on the YouTube video and explain what each setting does and how you can change that to get the most sort of visuals or even audio from the game.
And is that youtube.com/Triple Tap
Tech? Just search for Blind Ninja 1704 on YouTube, and that'll bring up the channel for you.
So it's Blind Ninja. Say it again.
1704.
Blind Ninja 1704 on YouTube, and it's a great way, obviously, to get people involved and build a community as well. That's fantastic, Fraser. I must admit, as somebody who's never played a computer game in his life, it's been fascinating talking to you today, and I really appreciate you giving us an insight into, if you excuse the pun, into how to access gaming. So thank you very much, Fraser, for your time.
It's been a pleasure talking to you again.
Q Talks with Liz Bailey. Our access to audio programmes are sponsored by Impact Funding Partners, the R.S. McDonald Charitable Trust and the Suter Charitable Trust. To find out more about how to access our services, visit CueAndReview.com or email aaatl@CueAndReview.com. This programme was produced and presented by our Access to Audio Ambassador team leader, Liz Bailey, and edited by our Recruitment Training Officer, Alastair McPhee.